Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'll briefly explain general search engines. So I'll start from Ask. I would say I will start alphabetically, but it was originally launched as AskJuice. This site was built around asking questions in natural language, but it has been changed to the search engine. Here we have a possibility to ask from the team how fit and all the references. So if I type here like Raspberry Pi, we see auto detection, and if you type, we'll be able to get any results. We have related search on the right, and now here. Unfortunately, there are lack of the tools that we can, for example, extract some of it, maybe sort by data like in Google, but still is some sort of alternative. This one is Chinese. It's a major search engine in China, one of the largest in the world. It has already like 25 years because it was founded in 2000 for many services like web images. There's a possibility to like search by AI, so this way you can just try to type it, and as you can see by default is a DeepSeek. We can type manually here, and yeah, this is the possible way of changing it. Keep that in mind. You can add some of the formats like PDF or file. So if I have like a fingerprint information, I can upload it and ask what is this. So if I type it now, it will automatically go to the DeepSeek. Even though I'm using Chinese version, it's still just answering that, but it would understand the context. But still, we can just try to play with it. There's a Bing.com, so it's a Microsoft search engine. While I did not put detailed reference to it, but Bing is a large US global search engine maintained by Microsoft, offering web image video search, and is good alternative to Google, particularly Microsoft ecosystem. And I'm now in Thailand, so it automatically detected it. As you can see, there's a possibility to use AI Copilot directly from here as well. That's great. And if I type something, I have Visual Studio, so maybe I will use maybe SFO and client. Here we have more options, so there are rewards. On the right we see like a tab. This is like a quickly AI answer, so this is the summary was generated by AI, how we can get it. And we can switch between like features, integration. It automatically detects the summary, the language, and the license. And keep that in mind that you can switch between search. This search will directly go to the AI engine. You can go to the videos. It will look for the videos on mostly YouTube, I think. And below we see the results and the reviews and the data. Images map, and yeah, Copilot will go directly from here just like that. And there is a possibility to switch even before flight, travel modes, and other. So it's a great tool. It has more tools than the Ask, and we have access to Copilot. Great. DuckDuckGo. So as we can see, it's we can make it as a default search engine because it's a privately oriented. It emphasizes not tracking user searches, not building personal search profiles. And it's very useful when you want to less personalize and less track results. But know that privacy does not mean perfect anonymity, especially if you like connected to it from your like main connection, right? You are not using VPN, you are not using any other tools, but still there's always a way to kind of connect your activity even if you're hiding behind VPN or Tor browser. Still you can even load the browser, speaking of which, and load it basically directly on our phone or on the devices. And it's great because we can actually install Mac, Windows, iOS, and Android. So search without being tracked, and I would say is how to feed horses. So this one I will type, and we have search assistant that will give an answer. We have videos, and these are like images. I like the design here. It just shows so much multimedia, and as you can see, we can switch between Thailand, so it will just basically most connected to it. But I want to use like a more global. There's safe search moderate. We can type past week, so it will search just by a new one. It's my second favorite. I like Google, but I think DuckDuckGo is really very great, and it's very fast, especially if you search between some of it. I really like it. I really love it. And there's Duck AI. Duck AI will allow us to use it. So I will agree and continue, and then we can just ask our stuff here, and it will just display. I don't know much about the model, but still it will just use the search assistance. If you don't want, you can turn it off. So it's a great option because you cannot do it in Microsoft Bing. And this have search related, so we can even scrap the stuff of it. This is entire web. So entire web presents itself as uncensored search engine alternative and offers business SEO tools, and might have relevance for you when you tried a different algorithm or search result mixed with like major players. So we see here, and if I type now like Counter-Strike market, and if I open it up, first it will check if you are human. I think many bots try to access this website, and if it's search, we see the ambassador and showing results, and this is the how design looks like. It will show all of the answers. We can search by each regions, so it's great if you want to compare. Unfortunately, not every country. So for example, I'm from Poland, but I see only Portugal, but you can preview how high is the Riposte AI, which is AI. But for example, this is the coin market cap, it's in Portuguese. But now if I go to Canada and dark other ones, right? So this is the difference. Another one is Good Search. It's a search engine that also emphasizes charitable giving. So when you search revenue from ads, it's shared with charities. Useful if you would like to search engine usage to contribute to a cause. Performance and indexing may differ from the major search engines like Google, Bing, so result might vary. So we can make it as a default search engine. If you press it, it will just run it. It's not that very popular, only 2,000 users. It has only 2,000 users. But for example, we just try like a parks in Thailand. And now if I go, it's powered by Yahoo. So it's actually as well, but this way we can type it. So this way we can type it, such as Yahoo, where we can just try it. And there is a Lycos. So Lycos is one of the earlier web portal search engines. It comes even before 2000, like 90s. And nowadays functions more like portal with various space, but still you can use it mostly to search like a term. So if I type like breeding calculator per word, if I type it here, we have an auto fill. It's quite slow, especially for me. I'm now based in Asia, so it will have search and these are the links. So it's very simple. It's not one of the major players, and results may be more niche or differently ranked. Potentially good for alternative perspectives or no mainstream indexing. As you can see here, it's open source, Git repository, privacy by default. We can get the older version here if you prefer. So if I want to type it something like a Boolean, this is the microphone I'm now recording. I will press enter, it will calculate. It has a little bit different design because here we have a links. I kind of like it. We see the resources and we can filter out by such categories. So if you're interested maybe in blogs, you don't want a website, you just search for blogs and people will just probably make a review about that microphone. That's why I choose actually that stuff. And there are some advanced settings. So you can type maybe recent results. So to show the data, or maybe remove JavaScript. So if you want to like a simple stuff, and keep that in mind, it shows that if that website contains some advertisement or affiliate link, so you can mark it down. And if you do not want to read the content that is probably promoted by someone, I think it's a great stuff, right? So this is the Naver or Naver, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Korean. It was launched in 1999. It provides search plus many integrated services. So I think it integrates blogs, cafes, maps, shopping. When I was in Korea, I remember I tried to use their maps because they work better than Google Maps. That's pretty great. And if your audience or content is Korea-centric, it's very relevant. For non-Korean contexts, it might be less useful. So we see the temperature in Seoul and some currencies. And this one we can type, but probably if I type like this, it will be harder, but I will just type pharmacy in English, but still it will just apply. I think here we can switch the language. Oh no, here we can just log in, but keep that in mind. To use it, you have to use number for Korean number, so we have to manually access it. There is the search page. So it's another interesting page. It allows us to search. It's another interesting website. It allows us to search. It's keep us free, so it's free. So if you want to look, for example, like military uniform and try to type, you can get the business for browser, the all the links, and on the right are videos. So it actually promotes social media here, from what I checked. This is Sogou, and Sogou is another Chinese search engine. It's a part of Tencent ecosystem, which is one of the biggest company in China. And here we can obviously type something. It uses DeepSeek as AI, so it will go directly there if you want to chat with it, and R1. There is a Yahoo that I showed you before, and Yandex. Yandex is a Russian ecosystem. In fact, I like their image search. It's actually great for image search and image recognition. But if you want to look for something, for example, Russian holidays, if I go there, it will just pop up, not only like in Chinese, but just normal data. Obviously the algorithm is different, but we still have like Wikipedia, and obviously the Russian sites will be more promoted. On the right we see images, and you can switch between images here. Unfortunately it has to reload and open a new tab, which I don't like. I prefer when it's like switching fastly, like it was in the DuckDuckGo when we switch between. This is actually how it should be done in my opinion. And we can switch by each obviously source will allow us to adjust. So this is a possibility to change, and keep that in mind. We can check in the region, in the time period. So if I want to look for for example, I want to search like Tokyo, and if I use time period, it will just try to look for something like Japan tourist. But we see is document language, so maybe if you want to apply English, it will just use some of it other. So now it doesn't detect anything, but this way we can just narrow it down. And keep that in mind, they have their own AI model, so it will just base on the holidays, and we'll just display, and we see the sources below. So they try to catch up. I like their image recognition tool, but I'm not using it as an investigation search engine.